We can go ahead and mount the landing gear now. There are a couple different types of bolts and nuts we have here. The two outside ones at both the bottom and the top are going to be these silver ones that are going to use a regular nylon nut, and that's because this goes through into metal. So we're going to cap it off with this nylon nut on top of the metal. On the middle ones, towards the middle of both the top and bottom here, we're going to use these plain bolts and put these T-nuts in through the wood. Now the way the landing gear goes, you're going to mount each of these individual pieces onto the gear and then put this brace in. So these bolts are actually going to go through both pieces. So we can kind of line these up before we start by kind of locking these in place with some of the bolts. And I put that one in the wrong spot that I just told you, so let me move that real quick, just so I don't confuse. And they're essentially going to go like this. So those inside ones are going to go into the blind nuts. The outside ones are going to be locked down with nylon nuts. And this single piece will brace these two together to make it even stronger. Okay guys, so I just went ahead and kind of lined up these bolts and temporarily just stuck this in here, let it hang, and then I started putting the blind nuts in, holding them with my hand and using the drill then to just kind of screw in these bolts, and the T-nuts really just kind of grab to the wood right away, so you don't really have to press those in or anything. They're going to just do it on their own. Just like that. This bit's always really hard to get out of here, but that's basically it. Just kind of get them snug, and then probably use a hand bit to tighten them up all the way, and then you'll use these silver ones with the nylon insert nuts to go in the tops and bottoms, the outsides. And for this, what I like to do is just get a little wrench and tape one side of it so this nut can't fall through on the other side, and then just reach in there and hold that over the top of it to get it started, or to be able to hold down on it a little bit easier. And then just hold it with the wrench, tighten it up with the driver on this side, and that part's done. Mounting the landing gear is pretty straightforward. You'll use the axle and the nut that's included and tighten this down on the gear. To mount the wheels to the axle, simply move the collar slightly away from the base of the axle and tighten down so that when you put the wheel on, it'll be pretty centered on the axle. After you put the wheel on, take the outer collar and tighten it down. Make sure you use Loctite in these grub screws, especially the outer one. The wheel pants and landing gear have been pre-drilled, so it makes for a very easy installation. Simply take the T-nuts and install into the pants and press down with the pliers. For added security, you could put some epoxy around them as well. Because of the pre-drilling, installation of the wheel pants is very simple. Just simply slip it over the wheel and then line up the bolt through the hole in the landing gear and into the T-nut in the pant, and then fully secure down on both sides. You're going to take the GT Power Portable Battery Charger from RedwingRC.com and your battery, hopefully a RedwingRC battery as well. This is one of our 3 cells.